When is a board game too fucking much? I mean, let's have a serious conversation about this. 9 hours to organize and put together Frosthaven, and we're about to start organizing this incredible beast called the Trove Chest, and yet at the same time, why have I had a copy of the Trove Chest and a copy of everything from Too Many Bones for the better part of a year or two?
A year or two, yeah.
I've moved it twice, at least, with it, and I have not yet put it together. I'll tell you why, because these board games should just be f***ing video games.
Yeah.
Like,
wait, what?
They should be.
They should be video games. Okay, I agree with you on this one for sure.
This should be a video game. They are too much. Like, I love board games. I'm a Kingdom Death fan. As ignorant and stupid as that sounds, and yet at the same time, I almost give it more leniency than I give these titles, because it is part of the hobby side of the, like, you're building miniatures, you're crafting, you're creating, you're painting, and once you have everything made, once you've done that hobby side of the game, you're kind of just ready to go. Sleeve 1,000 cards and you're ready to go. That's it.
Yeah.
And then here, like...
And let it take over an entire calyx of your space. Oh, sure,
yeah, I mean, an entire calyx. Listen, I get it. Probably a hypocrite, but, oh my gosh. I don't know how much more leniency I can give to games that take so much time to put together and organize and get to the table. I don't enjoy that part of the hobby.
But, okay, let's be fair, though, at the same time. You don't have to have all this stuff for Too Many Bones. You can get away with just the base game or just Undertow and have a perfectly acceptable experience.
Why would I not have all the stuff for Too Many Bones?
I understand.
If it exists, I have to have it. That's the premise we're working off of, Wes.
Right, but with this is Frosthaven. This is Frosthaven. Yeah. There isn't extra... This is just Frosthaven. And to play this game without some sort of an insert...
Now, we do keep harping on Frosthaven, and we are starting the conversation around Too Many Bones, but I mean, I really, like, what do you genuinely think? At what point does a game cross from being too much, where, like, it should just be a digitized game, it should just be a video game?
Playtime and upkeep.
So what is that? So what's the bridge? Like, where's the bar? For me, if I have to spend more time than I am likely to play the game setting up, organizing, and preparing the game, it should not be a board game anymore.
Playtime, upkeep, and math. So, like, Shadows of Brimstone's a great one that frustrates me like crazy, because there's so much math in when you get to the higher levels. You have to do plus this on this monster, plus that on that monster. You have to minus shields and all those other things, and it's just too much math for me. So the mechanics of doing that, I would love to have an app that takes care of doing all that for me, and I would play Shadows of Brimstone like crazy. I think it's a fantastic game. But it's just too much upkeep for me.
So what's the ratio? Because, I mean, honestly, if you're playing through all of Frosthaven, the ratio probably works in favor of it. If you put 10 hours into preparing it and you get 150 hours of play, that's pretty good.
Sure.
Like, that's not a bad equation.
But there's upkeep in this too, right? Like the teardown and putting back.
That's true.
And stuff.
It's about 30 minutes between scenario. Yeah, until you're really fast at it.
And then if you have to put it away for whatever reason,
then it's almost impossible.
Right. So that is the reason why.
What about a game like Too Many Bones, though? Like, I get why this organizes it, because there's just too much stuff. Right. But when push comes to shove, when you get to this degree of content, I understand. People want it. People keep purchasing it. I keep purchasing it. But the game is designed to last, like, 3 to 4 hours. Right. Like, this is a single session sitting game.
Yeah, and I'm a hypocrite on this one, because I will say that I don't want to play this any other way than taking a big giant pile of dice and rolling them constantly and getting to move things around. How do you maneuver stuff on a board the correct way? And, like, I would not like it as a board. I think it would lose something in the board game experience.
That's a video game experience.
Yeah. I think it would lose the experience of the game that makes it so unique and fun. Whereas something like this, or Gloomhaven, or Brimstone,
even like Nemesis from Awakened Realms.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I think there's those things, and Nemesis from Awakened Realms would probably be even better as a narrative experience where you can have someone read that script out loud and like
Tainted
really
Grail
set the
and
game.
Nemesis are now video games as well. Now they're not quite just rip off, board game adaptations, but the reality is we're seeing more and more crossover. Yeah, and so like, when is a board game too fucking much? Like, at what point does it cross the line for being a reasonable thing for a person to own? And I think this has to be brandished with the caveat that if it's the only game you own, if it's a lifestyle game like Warhammer,
You're right.
then you have permission to own it. Whereas Kingdom Death, for me, is my lifestyle game, which means I don't technically have the room for this. I don't technically have the room for that. I should not own multiple campaign games. I can give you permission to own one lifestyle game. After that, what are you supposed to do?
Twilight Imperium.
Yeah, it's massive, but it actually organizes pretty well. It's not too long to do.
But the game itself takes so long.
The game is an 8-hour game, which means the price to getting it set up is not too painful.
And there's lots of like weird rules, and it's hard to get into the game without someone to teach it to you.
That is true. That's a big... Like, we spent an hour and a half listening to the rules.
Learning the rules, yeah. And if you have... In finding a group of 5 to 6 people to play with you because it's better at higher play counts, that's a game that would survive beautifully in the video game format.
Over 2020, it kind of did. Like, the biggest channels of TI actually play it in a digitized tabletop simulator mod than on the table in front of them. And on the table provides value. There's no doubt about that. But video games do as well, and I feel like the industry that is coming from video games to board games is doing so because they want the human connection.
Right.
They want to sit around the table and be around people.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, you can still get that human connection in a digitized system if the video game is designed to facilitate that. Sheer and I have an amazing time. We Zoom call, we sit down, we play through Gloomhaven. We've spent 22 hours already playing through that on Steam.
Yeah.
And man, that is such a cool bonding. Like, that is like us playing a board game.
Sure.
And we even do that in person. We'll open up a laptop right next to each other and just have fun. So, and I would choose to do that over playing the physical game. Like, so
I would
at
too,
what
because
point?
Because there's so much upkeep, because there's so much stuff to do with it, and you can fast forward some of those questioning periods because you've done this, you play this card, the math is done for you, it automatically does it. I think games like Boss Battlers and Damage Your Things, I think that makes sense. And you're probably right, Too Many Bones, but I think that's probably my
I think I would
take it
play
home with me.
so much more of Too Many Bones. Again, if this is your lifestyle game, you got one. You can have one. Fine.
Yeah.
It makes sense to own the organizer. It makes sense to grab all the product. It makes sense to spend time printing over it. I mean, I'm the kid that spent $2,000 on a Kingdom Death box back when I was like obsessed with that title, right? I have a bronze version of every single mini.
Back when what? You still are.
Yes, but I play it a lot less than I should because I have too many other lifestyle games
yes.
and they're pissing me off because I want to fucking play Kingdom Death and yet these other games are taking all my time.
Because they're all so fucking
So
good.
you get one lifestyle game.
Okay.
Outside of that, it's too much.
It's too much.
It's too much.
It is too much.
And I don't know how to solve this problem because still, to this day, I want to back the stuff that's too much. I want to showcase and share and talk about. And the reason why we're filming this is because over on Quackalope, like, we have another conversation.
Yeah.
Where we're looking at 10 games that aren't this. That aren't too much. That are a lot. These are hefty games.
But they found a way.
And they come to you prepared to be played.
Yes. Prepared to be played. What a great concept.
Yeah. I don't know.
That makes me angry that that's my lifestyle game.
That this one is?
Yes, it makes me
Do you have
angry.
another lifestyle game?
I don't think so. But I have Kingdom Death.
But you don't. You don't really have Kingdom Death.
I don't have it.
Have you opened it?
Yes, I've opened it.
Have you built any of the minis?
I've built most of the minis.
Really? Just the starting ones?
I built all the starting
minis,
minis, and I built 3 of the bosses.
Okay, you're getting there.
I'm getting there. I bought all the sleeves, I just haven't sleeved it yet. Oh, that irritates me. That really irritates me. I also own Twilight Imperium now, both parts. That irritates me that that's my lifestyle game.
Do you not have another lifestyle game? Do you even play this often?
I do. Yes, I play that at least 2 or 3 times a quarter.
Why don't you ever play it with me?
I tried to play it with you once.
Is it because mine's all completely disorganized?
Do you see how hard this is to pull out?
You did try to play Undertow with us, I believe.
did, and then you left and did something else, and I played with Shira for a minute or 3, and then you left again. So, yeah.
Excuse you.
I'm just saying. I tried to play it with you, and then you had other things that were more important than spending time with your
I got
new
a
best
mole
friend.
removed off my large toe.
That may be.
Not at that time period when I was about 4.
4, yeah.
But I did. That is a true statement. I did have. That is a thing that was done.
It's good.
Not relevant to the story.
Right.
Wins a game too much? Let us know. Because...
And what games do you think should be video games?
Like, I have Aeon's Trespass Odyssey on the way. That's too much. It's just going to be too much. It's going to get in. A Darkest Dungeon, I'm looking at it. And guess what I thought to myself?
Too much.
It's too much.
But it was a video game to start with.
Yeah, it should stay that way.
Yeah.